Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm John.
And together we're OCB.
Metal around the world.
And I got that one right now. Wow, that's like two things I can do right now.
About time.
It's like, as long as you don't try to make me do them like succinctly, because I'm going to mess up. I know next time we go to OCB, I'm just going to mess it up. Or I could, reactions. Yeah, yes. See? Anyway, today, for Metal Around the World, since we're going in alphabetical order, we're in Albania, which technically we shouldn't be doing until the S's, because they call their country, I'm going to say this wrong, but it's Krateri.
Yeah, Albania is much easier.
It is.
And it's like, more relatable to everybody else, so.
That's true. It's just like, and it's, I went ahead and I looked up a little bit about Albania. There's like 2 million people there. It's a small country. I guess if you're in the States, like we are, the closest thing you could compare it to would be like Europe's Delaware, where it's like, yeah, it's there. It's probably nice. Nobody remembers it. It's like, what's in Delaware? Nothing. What's in Albania? Albanians. It's like
they actually have metal bands.
Yeah, they have like 7 metal bands. And this band, I figured. Well, before I get into that, I figure that the reason there's so few metal bands is because like some evil sex trade slaver managed some metal bands in Albania, and Liam Neeson killed them.
Stop doing that, Liam.
Yeah, it's like I don't think Albanians are that big on the sex slave trade thing. Not that Wikipedia would tell me if they were or not, but
yeah, that's usually bad for business.
But yeah, I don't associate Albanians with sex. I don't really know much about Albania outside of what I looked up. Is they've pretty much been around since ancient Rome times. They're a really old country, and they've been conquered by Rome, the Ottomans, the Russians, Bulgarians, because apparently Bulgarians are kind of dicks in the region. They conquered everybody, and now they just have. Actually, in the region, their country is bigger than a lot of the other ones. But apparently, Albanians are really proud of their country and their identity, and which kind of annoys me that stupid English map makers would say, "Well, we're not using your name. We're going to call it Albania." It's like I don't even know how the hell that translates from Krateri to Albania.
Well, it could have also happened during one of those.
It could have been.
You know,
it's like,
and it just stuck.
It's like the Russians like, no, you're Albanians. You know, it's like
right. Yeah, the only thing I know about Albania is the fact that when I was in the Marine Corps, I served with an Albanian, somebody of Albanian descent, John July. If you're listening, yep, I just mentioned your name on here, which. He seemed kind of unstable, so maybe I don't know if that's an Albanian trait or it was just him.
Well, it's probably an individual thing. I said the one thing we noticed when we were doing, like there was 7. I mean, that I could find. There were like 7 active bands. Most of them were black metal bands, and none of the bands outside the one we're going to give you. Really stood out that much. It wasn't. None of them were bad. They were actually solid, good acts. It's just not giving Albania like we have this really special thing here. It's just like these are relatively generic metal bands.
Right.
It's like they're good. They were all good. It's just like nothing stood out. But this band found them at like the 11th hour here, and it's Morfina, and I'm going to name say the song title probably wrong, but it's Krateri, which makes me think of sea monsters. Like
everything makes you think of sea monsters.
But Sigmund and the Sea Monsters was a big part of my childhood.
Oh, you just like tentacle porn.
Well, it doesn't really turn me on, but it does make me laugh.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so this is. I almost said like this is anime. No, this is Morfina. Krateri. So we'll get her started here, and you can make up your own mind. We think they kick ass. And that's just the channel thing. Okay, here we go. doesn't bother me singing Albanian. I'll just think I'm wrong later.
Okay, I dig this.
Same here.
It's got some good. It's metal, but it's got some good rock hooks and a groove to it.
That's true.
And normally, with metal, these vocals would seem a little weak to me, but with this, they just seem to mesh perfectly.
Yeah, it's like they're riding the line, like the rock metal line. I think it falls a little more over into the metal.
Yeah, well,
it's aggressive. The riffing's aggressive,
right? And most rock, you're not going to get like that double bass going on.
No, that's true.
He's riding it and whatnot. It just, I love this.
Yeah, it's like, it reminds me, the closest thing I can compare it to is like, what if Godsmack was a little better playing their instruments or writing songs?
Yes.
It's like, they're a little more complicated, I guess, I'm not going with Voodoo, I'm going with like a Scorpion King song.
Right.
I don't remember what it's called, but I liked it. But
well, actually, I'd say a lot better with their instruments. I mean, come on, with the song "Bad Religion," they literally the whole song's like one note.
And Voodoo is just a drum beat and vocals.
Yes, but it's still a good song.
I like the song. I actually like both the songs. It just was like, musically not that special. Instrumentally. It's still a well put together song. It was catchy and memorable.
Right.
But anyway,
let's get back to
this,
it.
and I want to listen to this. Especially one of those songs, like, I think it would be better live.
Yeah. They've got some good energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna have to sit down and write my own lyrics to this. This does have a nice sing-along quality to it as well. What's the solo? It's a little breakdown. Okay. Okay, go with the rock and roll solo. This.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. See, I'm pretending to sing dress, singing about boobs.
There's nothing wrong with singing about boobs.
No. So according to BuzzFeed, we can talk about boobs for hours.
I don't think I've talked about boobs for hours my entire life.
No. I like. Okay.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, it's
just a certain energy to it. I wish I understood it in English because it'd be fun to know what they're actually singing about.
I mean, at this point, I don't really care. I just really enjoyed the song. I don't necessarily need to know. I mean,
I loved the solo because it fit perfectly. It was actually, in a way, refreshing not to have some sort of like Kerry King noodling going on or something. It was just a good old rock solo.
Yeah, it fit, and I really liked how, like, I think the guy's a talented vocalist. I loved how he used his voice to accentuate each part of the song. It's like, I can't think of anybody that would have done it better.
No,
maybe Dee Snider.
The closest, well, that's because he's got like mutant vocal cords.
Yeah, that's true.
But the only complaint I have is a little bit with production. I think that the vocals should have been pulled back slightly, and the guitar needed to be brought forward a little bit.
Well,
not extremely, but the vocals were way out front.
That's true.
Burying everything else, and the guitars were really buried.
It might have had something to do too with, like, we don't understand Albanian, so maybe there was a reason for that we're not getting. Maybe. Still, they could have been pulled back a little. I know they just re-recorded one of their albums.
Okay.
And I heard once the new song versus the old song, and the old song, it didn't sound bad.
Right.
I mean, it sounded dated, like as far as like what the technology and stuff. But the original version had like oohs in it, and so I'm like, okay, I love this song. And then they took it out, even though it sounded so much better and cleaner.
You wanted to cry, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. It's like, no, every song needs a ooh. Like Cutting Frost, even though they did it technically too much, there's no such thing as too many oohs. Punctuated grunts and or you do the Testament, like the roar, the kind of thing.
Well, you got the Danny Filth,
which, as long as it's punctuated in a rhythm change, that's cool. Alright.
But Morfina, love them, great. Keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that this reaches enough people that you see an uptick in your album sales. It's like, I don't personally. Yeah, I know you get a lot of English-speaking countries, not just the States. I mean, I think the States is king for stupid as far as like, I don't understand what you're saying. I can't get into this. It's like, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
You're a moron. It's just like, it's good. It doesn't, like, that's why I was so impressed, like, when Rammstein got big over here. It's like, you don't know what they're saying. Who cares? It's a cool song. Or Baby Metal, when they actually broke, like, and Japanese is a very strange language from English. I mean, most Asian languages to English, it's really hard to, even though Japanese is a relatively simple language, I've learned, because I learned some.
Well, when I was there, I learned quite a bit, and I've forgotten most of it now, and lack of use.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just kind of alien to our cultures, like language-wise, are just alien to each other.
Right.
But that being said, like, Morfina, just, they're awesome. The other band, we're just going to play a little bit of them. This is a black metal band called Nihil. They actually have a song in English, because they have a bunch of them that aren't. So I picked the one in English because it's like, I know I'm going to be massacring this language. It's so, the accent's kind of strange that you heard in the Morfina to me. Kind of like Russian and German mixed together. Or maybe Russian, well, if you think about historically, it would be like Russian with some Turkish and then some Italian. I can see that they have like a amalgamation of a accent, and their language would be, there's a lot of umlauts and whatnot in it. But this is Nihil, like Macabre Ruins. So we'll just play it for a little bit, get you a taste of them. If you like them, go out and check them out. I mean, their singer kind of looks like Big Boss Man, a skinny Big Boss Man. But no, I think this is an interesting intro to what I know is a black metal song, because I've heard the song. I think you have too.
Yeah.
Then we'll let it play a little bit, then we'll skip ahead just to get you a better feel of it. See, that's just kind of what I was talking about. It's like, it's solid.
Yes.
It's well done. It's not breaking any new ground.
No. It sounds good. Even the production quality's good. It's just,
I mean, they're not lo-fiing it. They're actually like, hey, we're doing this, and you're gonna hear it.
right. Showing a little bit of pride in what they're doing.
See, that's cool. It's like a little bit of maybe Albanian folk thrown in there. But, okay, that actually is really cool.
Yes.
Krateri Nihil is,
Yeah.
But Morfina, we like better, so. Not that we didn't like you, but it's like, every country has a black metal band.
Yes.
Even Egypt, which I think has the best black metal band I've ever heard. But anyway, when we get to Egypt, we'll get to that.
Yes.
But, yeah, there's a Nihil, Macabre Ruins, then Morfina. We'll have links to the videos so you can check them out on your own. Maybe outside of those links, though, you have to get on your own sites and find your own CDs and downloads and whatnot.
Start digging.
But yeah, we can't do it all for you. But yeah, that was.
And even if we could, we wouldn't, because that would just be lazy on your part.
And we're not going to be not lazy on our part. Anyway, I guess that's this show. Albania next week. We'll be in Algeria. I don't know that we might just have the one band, because they don't have a lot of bands either. They do, but they all broke up. They're all like no longer active, so I don't see a point of, like, a lot of them are, and I only found one that really stood out.
Well, if you're watching this right now and you're from Algeria, and you know of any active bands, and you can get us links to where we can play them, please do so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're open to suggestions, because the Metal Archives, Encyclopedia Metallum doesn't have everything. We found out about a couple bands from the Islands, from somebody from the Islands.
After we had already done that episode.
That's something else too. Like, if you're from Albania, and you're like, well, you didn't do my band. It's like, my band's not generic, whatever. Well, maybe we thought it was, but maybe you don't. I'm sure you don't.
Yeah.
But drop it down in the comments, name of your band, and the song, we'll react to it.
Yeah.
We'll move it over to the reaction side of what we do, because that's one thing we're going to do with one of the Alan bands. So you still get to hear it, make up your own mind, whether you like it or not. Because we're not the be-all, end-all. We might know more than you, but we don't know everything.
Say it for yourself.
Yeah, we know everything, so you should just listen to us. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the bands.
Before we go, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. Share with everyone. Share on YouTube, share on Twitter, share on Facebook, and if you still have MySpace, which I doubt.
Share on Pinterest with your favorite recipe.
Tumblr. But get the word out, both for the show and the bands that we're featuring.
And hit that notification bell more than once, because they like to not give you the notifications unless you pound on it for a couple times. If you hit it twice, then you'll get them notified.
Yeah, they usually let you know when you pound on them. Yeah. So that's really all I have. Love both bands, Morfina and Nihil.
I say nihil, but it's because I know it's short for nihilism. What they're going for, but
I always heard it pronounced nihilism.
Well, tomato. So you're probably right, because tomato is just the wrong way to say it. Anyway, fare thee well and rock on.
Thank you, and don't let the door hit you in the ass.